Okay, so I'm coming to you today because I had some questions about ketamine and my treatment, and I wanted to come to you guys and kind of go over the ketamine treatment a little bit more in detail so that way you could have some more information if you're thinking about doing ketamine treatments for yourself or a loved one. So first of all, I do ketamine because I have small fiber neuropathy. I also have bipolar 1 disorder. So for insurance purposes, I go in as being treated at a high dosage rate, and that is for the pain therapy. One of the side effects is also to help with the mental aspect of things. It does really help with mental health when you receive such a high dose like I do. I'm sitting about, I don't know I think it's milligrams, about 4 milligrams for a treatment. I've been doing this for 27 treatments now. My next treatment will be 28 whenever I have that next. So I'm a little bit well versed in how this works and how it doesn't work. I'll go with, first of all, one of the questions was, is it covered by insurance? Well, yes and no. No, if you're going in for anxiety disorder, bipolar disorder, or any mental health illness, they will not cover it. This is something that everybody that has received ketamine is fighting insurances to cover, because it does help with mental health 1,000,000%. I was bipolar 1 medication resistant up until I started doing ketamine treatments. Now my medications, I am able to take them and they actually work, and which is a huge blessing because nobody likes feeling crazy, and when you're bipolar, I'll get into that later, that is it sucks, bottom line, because everybody thinks you're crazy and there's a stigma that goes with it. But in all reality, just a quick pick drill here, bipolar 1 is crippling. It's like having cancer. It can kill you. It does kill people. The suicide rate with bipolar 1 is extremely high, because your brain is forcing you to believe in things that are not reality. And that is one of the most difficult parts about being bipolar 1, is that you can't trust yourself and you don't know who to trust around you, because you don't know if people are being mean or if people are truly trying to help, and you just feel crazy. So with the ketamine treatments, it has taken that away from me. I'm able to trust people more. I am able to trust myself more in my actions. I'm not perfect, but I do take some mood stabilizers and things like that to help me stay even keel. And I'm okay with that, because people with cancer, they have to have chemo and they lose their hair and they go through huge body changes, just like people with a serious mental illness. Gain weight, you lose too much weight, your doctors are always playing with your medications, there's always a new experimental medication, there's always something they're wanting to tweak or make a little bit better, and meanwhile it's just pretty much destroying your insides, because there are side effects that go along with all those medications, like weight gain and tiredness, dizziness. nerve pain. I mean, that's the whole gamut. So, is it covered by insurance? Mental illness, no. For pain, yes. If you have neuropathy, if you are a diabetic with neuropathy, if you have serious like reoccurring pains, I don't know how to explain those, like chronic back issues, things like that, then if it's for pain, 100% your insurance should cover it. There are clinics out there that run it through insurance, and they do it through insurance, but they're not, those are really hard to find. The Ketamine Wellness Center was one of the places that you could go and get ketamine covered, but they recently closed down at the beginning of this year, and they say they're open, but they're not. It's impossible to get a hold of anybody over there, even if you wanted to pay out of pocket. Then there is the place that I went to. So the difference between Ketamine Wellness Center and the place that I went to, Redefined Mind, is Ketamine Wellness Center does a 3-hour treatment, which is, with an anesthesiologist. There's a nurse practitioner there. There's an anesthesiologist that prescribes you the medication that you're going to get. A nurse sits in there with you, monitors you the entire time. You are not ever left alone, because of the risk of having, you can act out. You could just think that you're going to be able to get up and move, but you're not able to get up and move. You could have high anxiety. You could have something that is in your subconscious come out and freak you out, almost like a nightmare. Then you have the opposite side of that. You could just be in total euphoria, which is what I'm usually in, and be happy as can be. They watch your blood pressure, your oxygen levels, and monitor all that stuff in both treatments. They have to do that. But the 3-hour treatment is extremely helpful. I have done 25 of those. The ketamine treatments that are 1 hour, like at Redefined Mind, those are great. The benefits don't last as long unless you do it every single day or every other day for several weeks in a row. That would equal up to the level of the 3-hour ketamine that you would get over here. So a little bit of a difference. It just takes more to get there, and which is more time because you're having to take off of work. You can't work the day that you do your appointment unless you do an afternoon appointment and you go work in the morning. Okay, so I like to do my appointments in the afternoon because after I do my appointments, I can come home. If I feel like eating, they usually give me Zofran because ketamine will make you extremely nauseous. And one thing I like about the Redefined Mind is that they gave me an motion sickness medication that's Zofran to help you stay not nauseous afterwards. So I was able to come home and eat immediately afterwards, which was great. But sometimes you're just not able to. You just go to sleep and you just call food a fast for the day, and you go to bed, wake up the next morning feeling great, hungry, and ready to walk on. So how does it make you feel? Well, you see this wonderful picture right here, the Van Gogh. So looking at this picture, you would see, as we see just a picture, right? Well, with ketamine, you're going to see all of these colors pop out, it would be very 4D-ish, and the colors would kind of run together and make a really pretty image, and the face would just pop out, and it would really truly feel like you were walking around in the picture. It is a really neat feeling to have for that. It's a good experience. I think that it's important to set your mindset on something positive prior to going in and kind of knowing how you want your experience to go. You mind prep for that. I like to go on water slides with my kids, so I usually am in some sort of a water slide too, and we're going through them like this and going up and back down and over and under. Really pretty swirling colors. It's a trip. It's literally our high. There's no going around it. And if you don't like being out of control, it can give you anxiety. So you have to be able to just woosah and let it go. So that way you can experience it and have a good experience. Is it worth the side effects? Yes, 1,000%. I hate having to fast, even though I fast mostly all the time anyway. There's something about having to fast before a ketamine treatment. It always makes me really hungry. You can't drink as much water. You can't really drink water because you can throw up during your ketamine treatment. So I suck on ice chips. So that's the one sucky part about it, is you can't have liquids. Wire, ice chips. You know, it's like you're going into anesthesia. You're going under anesthesia. It's just you're consciously aware of your surroundings. And we talked about, is it covered by insurance? And how much does it cost? Ooh. Okay, so one of the ways you can get it covered by insurance is if your insurance does cover it. You'd have to call ahead of time, get pre-approval from your insurance, is my suggestion. But we are so you can pay anywhere from $400 for a 1-hour treatment. $415 is about the lowest that I found it, to $495 for a 1-hour treatment. And at Redefined Mind, that's how much it costs. The environment is very friendly. They're very available. And I just love the zen. Okay, so I like the zen of Redefined Mind and the environment. The people are really nice and friendly, but they refuse to do 3-hour treatments. They feel like they're unsafe and they're not worth doing them. In my opinion, I feel like because they used to do them, that they just had too many bad experiences, or one good bad experience, and that was it for them. They canceled doing that. But there are lots of other places around Houston and other areas around the United States that do 3-hour treatments. I personally prefer the 3-hour treatment because it lasts longer, but it is more expensive. It can go up to about $1,400 for that 3-hour treatment, because you do have to pay for an anesthesiologist, a nurse, practitioner to stay with you in the room, and of course the medications that go with that. Is it worth the money? Well, I'm here to tell you, 27 treatments later, yes. Prior to going in and having treatments, I was at very lowest of my low. I could not bear life itself. I was in constant pain all the time. I was suffering from the bipolar 1 depression and postpartum depression, and I was feeling completely hopeless and worthless. Now I am functioning on a high level. And I'm not going to say that I don't face certain issues every day, but those are things that, behavioral therapy and my wonderful coach they continue to help me grow and expand on that, because I believe growth is like the best thing that you could do for yourself. So I just throw a hand out there to the coaching closet. Thank you for all of your wonderful help. And that is pretty much the wrap of what I have as far as the questions go. If anybody has any other questions, please feel free to ask questions on here, or you can message me questions. I can respond to you. I can do a video about those questions, and just be able to, get everybody educated on ketamine and how it helps, because it really does help take those neural pathways and that are broken and split apart and just wired incorrectly, and it straightens them out. It repairs them, and it makes your brain function and your nerves function properly. So that is why I like ketamine. Any other questions? Send me a message. Thank you guys. Y'all have a great day.